Mike Spaltz here with Rich Hoyt and Xavier head women's basketball coach Brian Neal. The Musketeers moved to 2-0 with a 70-60 victory over the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles here in the second game of the season. You schedule these games in the non-conference to give your teams different looks, different tests. This was an organized team. You were able to build some runs here and build some leads in the game. They were able to come back. You responded pretty well to some adversity tonight in some different situations.
Well, they are very well coached. They run their system and they know it to a T. And if you let your guard down mentally and if you're not in the right position, then they really punish you for it. And that's what happened. Every time we had a breakdown, they got some easy points. And that, on our breakdowns, that comes with being a young team. Our young ones are trying to figure it all out, and it's just they're reacting a little slow in certain situations. But we hung in there enough. We had enough position, knew their personnel just enough that we kind of stayed heavy on them and kind of wore them to where we were able to kind of control the game going down the stretch.
You get 3 in double figures in scoring here tonight. Ariana Gray gives you a double-double, 24 points, a career best, along with 10 rebounds. Just a nice night for her, 9 of 11 from the floor.
Yeah, I was really glad to see Ari bounce back because she's been playing so well. And, the other night wasn't her best performance of. So I was really glad to see her bounce back, play with a lot of energy, and just made the simple plays. Ari's got all the athleticism in the world, but sometimes she goes so fast she can't make the easy ones. Today she was pretty much in control of herself and just made it look easy.
Talking about simple plays, Coach, I thought Aaliyah Dunham made some really nice plays. 7 assists, just 1 turnover. As one of your primary ball handlers, you had to be satisfied with her performance.
I thought we had an advantage driving the ball, and we shot some threes when I thought we should have been driving a little bit more. But they had a couple mismatch problems with especially Dunham and a couple of the little guys that we had, and but yes, when she's locked in, she's one of the better players in our league. So I thought just like you said, 7 assists. Those are real points that she's helping to create, and they're easier points. So yes, she's a big part of our team.
Some composure tonight for T. Owens a little late in the game. She hit 4 straight free throws when I think it was a 6-point game at that time.
Yeah. It seems like when it really matters, she makes those shots. It's like sometimes when you're up a little bit, she gets a little, I don't know, lets her guard down a little bit. But, we need in the night, and I thought she handled that situation. That's a tough game because they have a lot of responsibility on both ends of those floor, and our bench wasn't as deep tonight. Her and Dunham were both breathing pretty hard there at the end. So that's when your brain usually lets you down. But I thought they did a good job hanging in there and finishing that game.
With Gray and Dunham and, Deja Ross played really well the other night. And I think Allie Rife has given some great minutes as well in these first 2 games. You got to be pretty satisfied with how your sophomore group is progressing.
Oh, absolutely, and man, we've got to have them. I mean, when you only have a couple juniors and no seniors, you have to ask your sophomores to play like juniors, and that's very difficult to do, and it normally doesn't. But it's neat to see her step up. I thought we played an overtime game in a scrimmage, not an overtime, we played an extra period, and I let her play a lot, and she played point guard in that situation. She really kind of cut loose a bit in there. And she's been playing better, handling the ball better, being more aggressive, attacking ever since then. So trying to clean up a couple things defensively with her. I thought she let her guard down a couple spots, but she was a big key certainly in the game. And I thought even early in the game she made 2 buckets in that first half that I thought slowed their momentum a little bit.
Tess will get increasingly a little bit difficult here as you bring the Big Ten in with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. They got some nice size. We remember that from last year, and they lost one of their shooters, but still an NCAA tournament team from a year ago.
Oh, Minnesota's going to be, they're going to be one of the best teams on their schedule, and they're going to have they're going to look like it and play like it. And but we need to be ready to go. We got 2 days, get a good plan, and I'm looking forward to getting the game going.
Musketeers moved to 2-0 tonight with a victory over Tennessee Tech. Back at it on the 14th against the Minnesota Golden Gophers at 7 o'clock.